What's happening, fam? L.A.R. movement still moving. Book is entitled Lessons from a Non-Custodial Father at Amazon Kindle and Create Space. Link will be in the description box below. This video is entitled In Love with a Hoe. Uh-oh. You know, sometimes you fall in love with the wrong person. So I'm just using hoe as that terminology because we live in a world where if the sex is good, you could just put up with anything. You know, somebody could take a hot aluminum bat, stick it in your ribs in your sleep as long as you but give me some good sex. Oh baby, baby. It's weird, but it's true. So you've been in those types of people who talk about simping and playing games and bad relationships and all that other stuff, right? And the funny part about that is some of us don't want to admit that there came a time we was in love with a hoe. Might have known she was a hoe and thought, it's just gonna be my turn, and then she put her whole bag of tricks on you, and you just, I'm in love. You know, don't fall for ice cold. But you fell in love with a hoe, right? Sometimes you didn't know she was a hoe. It could be a he too. I'm a guy, but I'm talking about she. So you didn't know she was a hoe, and you enjoy the person's company, and then you come to find out, it's a, you think you're in love again. She is the prototype, and you find out your prototype's a hoe, and now you're like, love could overlook many things, even your whole past and wholeness. I don't know what I'm doing right now. You know, T-Pain said he was in love with a stripper. It was a hoe. That's a hoe. Okay, hoe, hoe, hoe. He was in love with a Santa Claus reference. Ho, ho, ho. Now, um, and people don't want to admit. Sometimes you're in love with a hoe because you thirsty. A hoe quenches your thirst because you are sexually repressed and you ain't got it in a while, and you ain't got it good and even longer. And a hoe feels your need, and you want to be with a hoe because you don't want to quote unquote pay a hoe directly, because you want this sex on a regular basis and you don't want to have to call a hoe and share a hoe with a trick. So you just want to be their trick, you know. But you can't turn a hoe into a housewife. But you're not trying to turn a hoe into a housewife. You're trying to keep a hoe in the house and you do the housewife duties, right? And you gotta ask, sometimes you love hoes or you're in love with a hoe because as they talk about, you've been imprinted by a hoe. Some guys, just like we talk about young girls messing with the dirty dick Rodneys, as Minister Jack would call it. When they're young, they get imprinted by those guys. But on the flip side, we don't talk about these old hoes that break these young boys in. So they're imprinted with the attraction to a hoe. You know, it just is what it is. So doesn't matter when they become adults if she's young or old. He just kind of is attracted to hoes. Hoe tendencies, hoe qualities, hoe femininity. And for some odd reason, you know, being a hoe is good enough. You know, because sometimes you have to. It's hard for you to admit that sex is your payment. A woman doesn't have to be a good wife or a good mother or a good human being as long as she's got that bomb. She got that comeback. She got some savage snatch that just keeps pulling you back in. And in some ways, um, you don't want to say that you're in love with a hoe because it's less responsibility to be in love with a hoe. Because just like, you may be thirsty for sex, so is a hoe. A hoe's a sex addict. So what's her fix is an orgasm or just the act of sex. That's what makes her feel alive. So you don't have to do much with her. You know, this is why you got hoes who have a lot of kids because they can't afford the kids, they can't take care of the kids, but that just is a casualty of sex because they're not going to stop having sex, they're not going to stop having unprotected sex because that's what they live for. That's what makes them feel alive. you know um, that's what turns them on per se. That's the feeling of being ejaculated in, right? The feeling of a guy thrusting and the whole experience of sex. You know, she's in love with that too. So if she's upset, she can have angry sex. And that's your responsibility is just to give her the angry sex. But you can do that. She's sad. You can give her sad sex to get her through it. She's happy. Nothing tops it off better than sex, right? You know, she's um, disappointed. Sex can be a great distractor for her to forget her disappointment. So, and if you're a guy, that's very easy to accommodate. So you're in love with a hoe because it's easy to fix any of her problems because all you got to do is bring dick to the table. That's pretty much it. You know, and that's what makes a lot of hoes happy. Somebody's gonna be listening right now. That's why some of y'all ladies are with these sorry dudes because oh he hit it so good. I'm not a hoe. Yeah, you is. You got a hoe mentality. If all you needed was dick to get you by, that's a hoe mentality. Um, that's what your life revolves around. You call yourself promiscuous, whatever you want to call yourself. Sometimes you're in love with a hoe because of Oedipus complex, where your mother was a hoe. So even if you wasn't imprinted by a hoe, your mom was a hoe. So you didn't know she was a hoe, but but your your love and affection for your mother spills into the type of woman you date and the type of woman you attracted to are women like your mother who you knowingly at some point, but in the beginning unknowingly, um, are attracted to hoes. Because, say it like this, a kid can have a mother who has a bunch of siblings with different last names. All of those siblings are going to still love mom. And mom is still an angel, and mom could do no wrong. And mom deserves love just like everybody else. So, and because of that, you overlook mom's nature and mom's tendencies. So when you go out into the world, you overlook other women's nature and other women's tendencies because everybody is the prostitute and pretty woman that she's a hoe with a good heart, right? And if she just was in the right situation and with the right guy, she wouldn't be like this. So that's why you in love with a hoe, you know. But nobody wants to touch on that sometimes because, you know, to a degree, sometimes that's the root of simping too. You know, like I've said this plenty of times, you trying to Captain Save a hoe is really sometimes Captain Save your mom. You know, you can't save your mom because of the Oedipus complex. That's incest, but you can save a woman like your mama, which thus in turn makes your mama proud that you didn't save one of these hoes. You know, see, mama, I got it right. Another woman doesn't have to be a suffering hoe like you. But he rapes, but he saves, but he saves. I'm sorry. But you know, this is just a point of view that I just thought about. So let's let you know if you want to think about it, talk about it, whatever. We out.